In this video, I'm going to answer the question, are homes in Concord selling fast? Now, this is really a question about how the market's doing and how buyers and sellers should interact with this market and what's the best strategy for them. And now, one of the things to do, guys, is look around the screen. You can see our home buyer's guide and our home seller's guide. Go out there, download these free guides. It'll help you get started with the process. So again, as we're going through this video, we're going to be talking about our home selling fast in the city of Concord. As I said earlier, when we're answering the question, are homes in Concord selling fast, we're really asking a question about how the market's doing. Let's pop some slides up here so we can look at some numbers. The first one is days on the market. We're looking at sold homes and how long they stayed on the market before they went pending. Now, days on the market is a measurement from the day it was listed for sale until it goes into contract. Now, this chart goes all the way back to 2015. One things we can see is on average, days on the market was about 20 days. We see we're at 24 right now, so we're above that, and we're at the highest point. The only other time we were at this high was back in 2019. Now, let's move on and take a look at another chart. Again, taking a look at this one, we're just looking at the number of days homes are standing on the market. This next one is actually price. The blue bar represents price on an annual basis. Also, the orange line reflects the number of cancellations. And one of the things we see as we went into 2022, prices actually fell off and the number of cancellations actually went up. One of the things we're seeing right now in 2025, the cancellations are at about 26%. Now, that's pretty high. That's the highest we've seen at least the last 10 years and actually well beyond that. Now, so we're seeing that homes are sitting on the market a little bit longer, fewer homes are selling, and also more homes are being canceled. Now, what's causing that? Let's take a look at this next slide. This is the average 30-year fixed rate mortgage on a weekly basis since 2015. One of the things we can see from this is rates started trending up in 2022, and we all knew that. One of the things we saw was lower rates. I don't know where it went back to, where we regularly saw rates in the low 4s, high 3s, and in some cases in 2021, we actually saw rates getting down into the 2% range. Now, average rate is about 6.25%, and that's the average 30-year fixed rate mortgage. Those higher rates are really causing people to hold off. It's giving people a challenge to get qualified for financing and so forth. So those are the things that are really leading again to us seeing fewer homes selling, and also the number of cancellations being up significantly, and finally homes sitting on the market for a longer period of time than usual. So what do buyers need to know? First of all, rates are not necessarily going to go back down. We may have seen the lowest rates we're going to see in a very, very long time. So waiting for rates to go back down, you're simply holding off on buying a home. You're holding off on building equity in your home. You're holding off on building wealth through real estate. Now, in the market, we see right now, rates are actually low, so we've seen in the last 12 years. Something these higher rates are doing for buyers, it's really keeping inventory up, it's making it a competition for homes a little less, and it's making it easier to buy homes. Consequently, despite the rate right now, jump into the market, get what you can afford, get into the real estate market, start building equity in a home, and actually start building wealth in real estate. Now, if you're out there thinking about selling your home, some things you need to know. First, guys, you can still get top dollar for your home. You can still sell your home for a great price. You just got to do all the things right. You just really got to make an effort to make sure you're getting top dollar. This really means making an effort to make sure your home looks great. This doesn't mean remodeling your kitchen and that kind of stuff. What it does mean is that making your home look the best that it possibly can. Make sure it's decluttered, make sure it's clean. If something needs to be painted, paint is not that expensive, but you get huge return on investment with paint. Make sure your home's staged. Again, something that's going to create great return on investment. Make sure that you've got great pictures for your home. Make sure your home is priced to create demand. Make sure it's easy for folks to come in and see your home. Make sure that you have a strategy for bringing in top offers and comparing them side by side. So there's really some steps in there. And in this market, you can get the best price for your home, but you just got to make sure you're doing all the things right. Again, buyer's guide, guys, seller's guide. I told you a little about that in the beginning of this video. So go out there and download our buyer's guide, our seller's guide, and that's going to be your first step in really kind of understanding what you need to do to kind of get your home ready. Also, take a look at some of the videos we've got on this channel. Let's pop one more slide up here. Just take a look at the trends right now in the city of Concord. One of the things, if you look in November, we're seeing prices are actually down. Great sign for buyers right now. But if you look overall in December and November and so forth, end of year during the holidays, potentially prices dropping off. One of the things that we may see happening out there is the Feds is scheduled to meet on December 9th and 10th. If they lower rates, we may see prices bounce back a little bit in December. So something to look out for there, okay? So one of the questions I get pretty regularly is, should I be buying or selling a home in this market? Something, guys, it really depends on your needs. Let your needs drive your decision. I gotta tell you right now, if you're somebody who's been thinking about buying a home, you don't own a home, it's a great time to jump into the market. We're seeing interest rates that are low. They're not as low as they were maybe 5 years ago, but they are low compared to, say, last year. We're seeing higher inventory. We're seeing prices that are trending downwards. Consequently, this may be a great market to jump into. That higher inventory giving you more choices, keeping the competition for homes a little less, making it easier to buy a home. Now, if you're going to be looking to sell a home and then buy another home, guys, you're going to be selling in kind of a lower market and you're going to be buying in kind of a lower market. So what ends up happening is you're going to sell the home for a little less, but when you buy, it's going to be easier to buy, less competition, maybe high inventory, more options, probably going to pay less for the home. And what's going to end up happening is you're going to start building equity in this new home faster. As the market shifts, you're going to build equity in that new home versus buying in a hotter market where you may sell for more, but it's going to be much more stressful to buy, a lot tougher, a lot more competitive. You're going to have to take on more risk. So if you're buying or selling, this is a great market to jump in there. Now, if you're simply somebody who's going to be selling, looking to replenish your investments or something like that, looking to move this money from the sales or sales proceeds into retirement or something like that, guys, maybe holding on for a stronger market, maybe something to do. Don't know if those markets are coming. Really think that maybe in the next year or two, we're probably going to see some stronger markets, probably going to see some more activity. And the Feds have announced or they've signaling that they're going to be lowering rates and so forth going into 2026. So we may see rates falling. We may see a market that's bouncing back, homes that are selling at a higher price. So that may be something to wait for. Now, if you have questions and so forth, look around the screen. You're going to see the link to our buyers or sellers guys. Go out there. Also, our phone number is out here. Call us. Love to answer your questions. Okay. Hey, have a great rest of your week now. Bye-bye.